One of the most common arguments being used to support Allen receiving the MVP over Lamar Jackson is that Lamar Jackson already has won the award twice, and therefore it's just time to give it to someone else. Now, that's a weird argument to make, but one we've seen used before in sports. Cut to Michael Jordan's prime MVP years. Michael Jordan easily could have won the MVP more than 5 times, but there was this sense that voters were getting tired of giving it to him. People point to Charles Barkley winning the MVP for his spectacular 92-93 season and Karl Malone winning it in 1997 as examples of Jordan being robbed of the MVP simply because of voter fatigue. Now, not to derail this whole conversation, but Barkley earned that MVP like a mug. Barkley averaged 25 and 12, and most importantly, the Suns finished with the best regular season record. The MVP isn't about who you want taking the last shot, who you build a franchise with. It is simply about who had the best regular season and how that impacted their team's success. Now, when it comes to Karl Malone, back in 1997, that's a different story. Well, first of all, y'all know I don't fuck with Karl Malone as a staff, record label, or a crew for reasons you can Google. But second of all, when Malone won the MVP in 1997, although he finished second to Jordan in the league in scoring, Utah did not have the best record in the league that year. But I digress. This Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen MVP debate is kind of giving that Michael Jordan feel he wins it every year. Lamar Jackson's own excellence is basically being held against him. So much of any MVP race is about narrative, and the narrative surrounding Lamar Jackson is still baked in how people perceived him before he was even drafted.
This quarterback out in Louisville, Lamar Jackson, is here in Indianapolis, and he will throw tomorrow when the quarterbacks work out. But we now know a number of teams have also requested that Jackson work out with the wide receivers as well. They want to see both workouts. Jackson is yet to say, at least publicly, whether he's amenable to that.
This is important. I'm going to go ahead here and say the quiet part out loud. The reason Lamar Jackson, despite his success, is still polarizing to some people is because Lamar Jackson refuses to code switch. He refuses to code switch in how he presents himself. He refuses to code switch in how he plays. He refuses to code switch in terms of how he conducts his business because his mother is his agent. Lamar Jackson don't bother nobody. But you would be surprised.
He's so black.